Hi everyone, welcome to the Introduction to Research class. Research is common parlance, refers to a research of knowledge. One can also define research as a scientific, systematic search for pertinent information on a specific topic. In fact, research is an art of scientific investigation. Researchers consider research as a movement from the known to the unknown. So that is why it is known as a voyage for discovery. Hi, I am Dr. Rais from Faculty of Engineering Technology UTHM. Welcome to the Introduction to Research class. It is great to have your interest in this class. Just behind me, you can see a number of postgraduate students diligently conducting numerous experiments systematically in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. This process to discover new knowledge can be defined as a research. Hence, the aim of this course is to provide students with knowledge, skills, and experience that will enable them to propose and conduct high-quality research projects. At the end of this course, the students are expected to be able to 1. Propose and formulate a research project in related research discipline to meet their academic requirement. Second, access and apply appropriate data collection and analysis methods to achieve the outlined research objective. Third, analyze, conclude, and defend the research findings in accordance to postgraduate academic standard. We believe this course is special because from this course, students will be exposed to various components involved in research studies, which are, the first one, research definition, second, research type, third, research process, fourth, ethics, professionalism, and integrity, fifth, research background, sixth, problem statement, seventh, research question, eighth, research aim or objective, 9. Research scope or limitation, 10. Research hypothesis, 11. Research significance, and last but not least, 12. Abstract. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. So we start our class with Introduction to Research. As I told you earlier, there is going to be 12 subchapters we're going to cover. From the research outline, definition, and study, at the end of the slide, you're going to expose about the abstract and all the things about research. Okay. So, first of all, regarding the research definition. What is a research? Any honest attempt to study a problem systematically or to add to man's knowledge of a problem may be regarded as a research. This one is done by Theodorson et al. Cited in Reber 1995. What is research? Research, hunting for facts or truth about a subject. Organized scientific investigation, enlisting the scientific of engineering method to generate hypotheses and provide analyzed result. And for the fourth, all scientific research has an ultimate aim, repeat and refine experimentation or simulation in gradually reaching to solve the research question. And for the last, through a rigid structure for experimentation or simulation, research result can be verified as a stable contribution to the science, engineering, and technology. Guys, why do you undertake the research? Why? First, to investigate some existing situation or problem. Second, to provide solution to a problem. Third, to explore and analyze more general issues. Fourth, to construct or create a new procedure or system. Fifth, to explain a new phenomenon. Sixth, to generate new knowledge. 7. A combination of 2 or more or any of the above. Now we proceed to the research type. Basically, the exploratory research takes place when there is a little or no pre-knowledge of a phenomenon. Descriptive research describes a particular phenomenon focusing upon the issue of what is happening or how much of it has happened rather than why it is happening. For the exploratory research, this type of research is involved in explaining why something happens and assessing causal relationship between variables. And meanwhile, for the predictive research, forecast future phenomenon based on the interpretation suggested by exploratory research. Now we proceed for the third subchapter, which is research process. Basically, I'm going to define there is a pure and applied research. For this pure research, take a place to explore a particular concept or issue without regard to a specific problem. Meanwhile, for the applied research, generally about testing theories, equations, often generated by pure science. Next, for the primary and secondary research. What is primary research? Refer to a research that has involved the collection of original data. Meanwhile, for the secondary research, refers to a research where no such original data is collected. Move on to the theoretical and empirical research. Theoretical research generally use the finding from existing works to develop new ideas through analyzing existing theory and explanation. Meanwhile, for empirical research, supports the development of new ideas through the collection of data. In example, for the empirical, observation or measurement rather than the theoretical reasoning. Now we go to the structure of a research. The hourglass notion of research. First, begin with broad question. Next, you narrow down and focus in, operationalize. Then you have to observe, analyze the data, reach the conclusion, and generalize back to the research question. Okay, now proceed for the deduction and induction. Here you can see, guys, there is two methods, deduction and induction, whereby for the deduction, start from theory and through until the confirmation. Meanwhile, for the induction, start from the observation towards to the theory. Okay, next is the fourth subchapter, which is ethics, professionalism, and integrity. Guys, what is ethics? Basically, ethics, norm for conduct that distinguish between acceptable and unacceptable behavior. Focus on the discipline that studies standard of conduct, method, procedure, or perspective for deciding how to act and for analyzing complex problems and also issues. For instance, in considering issues like air pollution in Pasir Gudang, Johor, one may take an economic, ecological, political, or ethical perspective on the problem, while an economist might examine the cost and benefit of various policies related to global warming. And environmental ethics could examine the ethical values and principles at stake. Why it is important to adhere ethical norms in research? To promote the aim of research, such as knowledge, truth, and avoidance of error. Second, to promote the values that are essential to collaborative work. Third, many of the ethical norms help to ensure that researchers can be held accountable to the public. Fourth, help to build public support for research. Fifth, to promote a variety of other important moral and also social value. Meanwhile, for the codes and policy for research ethics. Given the importance for the conduct of research, it should come as no surprise that many different professional associations, government agencies, and universities have adopted specific codes, rules, and policies relating to research ethics, such as the National Institute of Health, National Sense of Foundation, Food and Drugs Administration, Environmental Protection Agency, and this regarding the US Department of Agriculture. Other influential research ethics policies include Singapore Statement of Research Integrity, American Chemical Society, the Chemist Professionals Code of Conduct, Code of Ethics American Society for Clinical Laboratory Science. Next, we proceed for the general summary of some ethical principles. Honesty. Strive for honesty in all scientific communication. Honest is very important. It is your own ethics. So the objectivity, strive to avoid bias in experiment design, data analysis, data interpretation, peer review, personal decision, grant writing, expert testimony, and regarding the aspect of research where the objectivity is expected or required. Avoid or minimize bias of self-deception. Disclose personal or financial interests that may affect the research. Regarding the respect for intellectual property, guys, never plagiarism. Respect for colleagues and also for the competence. Maintain and improve your own professional competence and expertise through lifelong education and learning. Take steps to promote competency in science as a whole. Now we proceed for the fifth subchapter. It is research background. What is research? Okay guys, here you can see there are three examples. The first one, Encik Samad prepare a paper on computer usage in secondary school. After reviewing literature on the subject available in his university library and call it is a piece of a research. Second example, Encik Mutu says that he has researched and complete a document which give information about the age of his students, their SPM results, their parents' income, and distance of their schools from the district office. For the third example, Encik Lim participated in a workshop of curriculum development and prepared what he calls a research report on the curriculum for building technician. He did this through a literature survey on the subject and by discussing with the participants of the workshop. Guys, from these three examples, maybe you will know it when you have understood the concept of the term research. Now, please consider the following case, which is an example of research. A general manager of a car producing company was concerned with the complaint received from the car user that the car they produce have some problems with rattling sound at the dashboard and also the rear passenger seat after a few thousand kilometers of driving. He obtained the information from the company workers to identify the various factors influencing the problem. He then formulating the problem and generate guess hypothesis. He analyzed the data that's collected, interpret the result in the light of his hypothesis and reach conclusion. We notice in the example above that the researcher went through a sequence of steps which were in order and thus systematic. Secondly, the researcher did not just jump at the conclusion, but used a scientific method of inquiry in reaching at conclusion. The most two important of research are systematic and secondly, follow a scientific method of inquiry. Now we proceed for the sixth subchapter, which is problem statement. Okay guys, make it simple. A clear, concise description of the issues that need to be addressed by a researcher. Example, the focus the study was to determine whether these problem statement are associated with this community effect or not. A good problem statement should answer this question, such as what is the problem, who has involved with the problem, what form can be the solution be, what is the method solving problem, and lastly, what is the purpose, statement of objective and scope. Okay, guys, here you can see a simple example of problem statement. You can see at the back of my side, at the back of the scene. So, okay, just simple briefing. The red color one basically is the main problem statement in this case. For these cases, this researcher going to conduct a research about biogas CNG from POME. POME is palm oil mill effluent. So nowadays, I think about maybe up to 30 or 40% palm oil mill industry have set up their own biogas plant. But their biogas plant, either they're going to use as their fuel for their biogas engine, or they're going to sell to TNB. But please bear in your minds, mostly of their demand compared to supply should be more supply. That's why this researcher focus or propose to use the excess supply of the biogas CNG to be used in transportation. Okay, you see that? This is clear problem statement. Excess supply, and then you can use it to another section, to another sector, which is transportation. Okay guys, now we come to the 7th subchapter, which is research question. The first methodological step to resolve a scientific uncertainty. It is organized and more specific inquisitive statement of the topic and the study that can be translated into a research project. The single most important components of a study. It is the keystone of the entire exercise. Research question design should contain first, concept or the topics. What you are writing about. Example, I am working on the topic of biogas CNG. Second, the practical question. What you don't know about it. Example, because I want to find out whether the supply of biogas CNG can be altered or switched to another section which are transportation. Third, conceptual significance. Why you want your reader to know and care about it. An example, in order to help my readers to understand better what we call, it's not the important, but it is the chance or benefits if we use the excess supply from the biogas plant in palm oil industry. So the fourth one is regarding practical application to put it to good use. Example, so that readers can better understand that there is a potential use of the excess supply from the biogas. Okay guys, now we proceed for the example of research question. This work aims to answer several research questions. First one, what is the potential of bio-CNG production from POME? How much bio-CNG can be produced from excess harvested biogas in palm oil mill? What is the SI engine, spark ignition engine, performance and exhaust emission when using bio-CNG? And lastly, what is the fuel consumption for different engine size using bio-CNG? Guys, now we proceed for the 8th subchapter, which is the research aims or objective. Ultimate aim objective of research to generate measurable and testable data, gradually adding to the accumulation of human knowledge. Second, research is designed around clearly and defined aims objective. Should address unique issues, building upon previous research and scientifically accept fundamentals. Third, purpose of the study of the main objective aims is purpose statement. Indicates why the study was done. Example, the purpose of the study was to assess some key low energy design, future and ventilation strategies that can possibly contribute for a better indoor, thermal, environmental performance of etc. in the tropics particularly in warm and humid climate of Malaysia. Specific objective should arise directly from the general purpose or aim of the objective. For each specific objective, you must have a method to attempt to achieve it. Specific objectives should be clear, specific, concrete, realistic, achievable in order of importance, and lastly, it must measurable. Example of a good specific objective: to design a prototype that acts as a measure for a good outsourced software. Second, to model an expert system that will create digital evaluation model that will help or to solve the research question. Example of bad specific objective: to highlight the role of modality in product development, and lastly to assess the level of achievement on the system. Okay guys, now we proceed to the quotes of SMART. SMART, S, specific. You must state exactly what do you want to accomplish in this research. M, measurable. How are you going to demonstrate and evaluate the expected outcome or the method to achieve the goal for this research. A, achievable. Stretch and challenging goal, which ability to achieve outcome. What is the action-oriented verb? R, relevant. How does the goal tie into your key responsibilities? How is it aligned to the objective? And lastly, regarding the time frame or time bound. Okay, guys, it is simple. In order to execute your research, you have to make sure that your time frame is can be complied or can be executed within your certain period of research progress to solve the objective and certainly to answer the research question. It is useless if you are having some sort like too many objectives. At the end, you cannot achieve within the time frame. So please avoid it. So it's much better. You have to become more smarter, specific measurement, agreed, realistic, the time bound, ethically, and also recorded. Okay, guys. Example of research objective. So basically, there is 3 research objectives can be shown at the slide. So just sharing for the 5th research objective. In order to address part of the SMR, steam methane reforming problem, stated above, this research is focused on the following objective. First, development of a small-scale mobile steam methane reforming test rig for methane conversion based platform. Second, to design a micro-channel reactor with the interchangeable catalyst module for methane conversion process. And lastly, the third objective is characterization and analysis of relationship between type of catalyst and microreactor operationally a configuration as a baseline for reaction rate of rhodium, ruthenium, and also nickel catalyst. So also this one is another example. The objective research as follows: to assess the potential of bio-CNG production for transportation from palm oil mill effluent industry. To investigate spark ignition, engine performance, and exhaust emission. And lastly, to develop an empirical model for bio-CNG production, potential, and different SI engine performance, and also exhaust emission for fuel bio-CNG. Guys, now we have come to the 9th subchapter, which is the research scope. Okay, simple. Once you already have your own problem statement, you integrate with a research question, and then you have come up with the objective to solve the problem. Now we come to the scope. Scope is a limitation or a works need to be done to solve the objective. Research limitation or weakness may include any of the following: approach design, sampling problem, uncontrolled variable, errors, generalization of data, representative of subjects, reliability and validity of research instrument. Scope of studies is reporting. First, definition of subject. Second, description of variables, description of test, instrument, and last but not least is description of the procedure. Guys, now we proceed for the 10th subsection, which is research hypothesis. Okay, make it simple. Hypothesis. Hypothesis is, we can call as a simple word, it is a early conclusion. What you going to expect, or what is the outcome you can get from this research? Basically, it's intelligent hunch, guess, or prediction that assists the researcher in seeking the solution. Hypotheses are often not stated explicitly in research article. Hypotheses are formulated before the study is conducted because they provide direction for the correction, analysis, and interpretation data. A hypothesis can be either be support or not support by study findings. Okay, example of expected outcome. A functional prototype, a novel multi-catalyst reactor, establishment of microreactor, enhancement of the steam methane reforming yields, reducing the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and also a kinetic model can be achieved based on the literature, either it is support or not support as our hypothesis for this research. Now we proceed for the 11th subtopic, which is research significance. Okay guys, significance or justification of research may be to the possible of reason. Gap exists between theoretical and practical aspect of the problems. More and better knowledge is needed. Current knowledge need to be validated. Current practice need to be clarified or improved. There is no unknown solution to the problem. Okay, this one is example of significant study. This research aims to assess the potential of bio-CNG production of palm oil mill in Malaysia. The assessment shall determine the amount of biogas can be purified into bio-CNG from excess biogas after safe use in the mill. Other than that, the potential of bio-CNG for transportation shall be evaluated in terms of engine performance and also engine emission. Moreover, total distance per year of different vehicles can be calculated based on the bio-CNG production process. Okay, so basically the significant is what is your contribution can be obtained from this study, or what is the outcome, main outcome, main outcome and the effect of this research or finding to the society mostly. So this is the last subtopic, which is abstract. It is very important. Why you bother to write well? Okay, basically abstract is a brief summary of the research project, which should state at the following. First, the main purpose, why the study was carried out, how the problem was studied, the principal findings, what is the finding means. Please bear in your minds, you have to tell the reader what you did, why you did it, how you did it, what you found, and what it means. Should be described but concise. Say only what is essential, example using no more words than necessary to convey meaning. Okay guys, for the simple abstract structure, there is 6 questions. Basically this one is 6 questions need to be included in your abstract, so called that your reader, once they read your abstract, they can summarize or they can got a much better understanding about what is your research. So the first question is, why this study? What do you investigate? What do you do? What do you find out? What do your result means? And then lastly, what? So what is about your research? So what is your research? So if you cannot write a good abstract, so you cannot convince or you cannot explain well to the reader. Okay, basically there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abstract in my slide. So you can choose them all because this one is at most good abstract I found. Okay guys, just simple review to this sample abstract number 5. Development of new steam methane reforming mobile plant with microscale catalytic channels. Okay, basically you can see that there is a few colors text. So the first one is introduction. Why the SMR is happen? So the introduction is due to the ever increasing of energy supply demand. So SMR is introduced to produce the hydrogen. So next, the red to color is a problem statement, which is the catalyst can help endeavor the thermodynamic specific of the SMR process. So the green color is the methodology, fabricate, commissioning, and also execute the catalyst inside the SMR test rig bench. So the dark blue color is the finding. So from this finding, the writer clearly shown that temperature is 150 degrees C and also steam chemical ratio 3:1 is working at most condition to produce the high methane conversion and hydrogen yield. So you can see here also that the writer also write some conclusion whereby the rhodium is much better compared to ruthenium and also nickel. And last but not least, you can see that this author also highlighted the potential or the continuous line of learning education, which is the endowment of the work got potential to be scaled up. Okay, so back in your minds, your abstract should contain introduction, problem statement, methodology, your outcome or your finding and conclusion, and last but not least, if possible, you need to include also potential of your outcome. So guys, so heroes versus researcher, both are judged by their problem, both use method to achieve the result. So story versus research, both must have the interesting on the way won't be retold or cited. Interesting, both must will be told. Sometimes the way we tell the story is more important than the story itself. So how to read research? There is 9 some sort. This one is sorry. How to read research? There is 9. How to read research? Basically, there is 9 some good ideas, or you can use this as a simple guideline. So you have to locate and read a few articles from within your field you are comfortable with. Read the studies that are interest to you. Read the abstract first. Identify the research question. Why did the researcher choose a particular setting or sample? 6. What were the methods chosen to collect data? 7. What the most important findings? 8. Do not be over concerned with statistical analysis. And lastly, 9. Be critical but objective. So recaps topic as topic covered in this session. There is 12 subtopics had been covered today. First is research definition, research type, research process, ethics, research background, research statement, research question, research objective, research scope, research hypothesis, research significant, and last but not least is research abstract. Thank you.